All right, another X-Men movie. Yeah, this is X-Men Apocalypse. I believe this is the. I'm gonna say this is their fifth X-Men movie. Directed by Bryan Singer this time. He's directed the first, I believe, two X-Men movies. Then he took a break to direct the horrible Superman Returns movie. And after that, a little bit more of a break. Then he came back for, I believe, First Class and or was it Days of Futures Past? I think it was Days of Futures Past. And now he's back for this next installment of the X-Men franchise, Apocalypse. Now, what is Apocalypse? Apocalypse is, of course, a character in the comic book world. He's supposed to be the first mutant that has ever existed on Earth or something of that nature, I believe. So I'm not a real big fan of the lore of the, Apocalypse. Let me be more direct about this. I want to just talk a little bit about my feelings on the X-Men franchise and movies in general, and I think it will help you understand where I'm coming from when I review this movie, Apocalypse. Now, in general, I'm not the biggest fan of the X-Men movies. To me, they're a little corny. They're kind of cheesy. There's a lot of mugging the camera and not enough fucking fighting. In my opinion, these are just my opinions. I'm not an expert. There's only one expert, and that's God. So I'm not an expert. I'm just saying, in my opinion, this is why I just can't get down with the X-Men movies in general. So coming into this one, I had a little trepidation about it. I was a little scared. I was a little nervous. I was thinking that I wasn't going to enjoy the film at all. I talked to a couple of my friends. I told them I had a real serious doubt that I would like this film. So now that I got that out the way, let's talk about the plot of the film, all right? Let's talk about what this film was all about. And don't worry, I'm not going to spoil nothing. I'm just going to tell you the facts about what the film was, the plot. Very vague, very general talk. So the plot of the movie is, in the beginning, we see that we're in ancient Egypt, before Christ, and we see that there's this guy, and he's a god to the people in Egypt, so to speak, and they make pyramids about him and stuff like that. What I got from it was that his body was getting old, and he needed a new body to put his conscience into the new body. Thus, I'm guessing this Apocalypse was kind of an old person, and he needed a new body to regenerate or something like that, his consciousness into the new body, so that he can have a fresh new body that can help him take over the world, I guess. I don't know. And that's what happens in the beginning with Oscar Isaac. He gets, they do the whole metamorphosis thing, and he turns into the blue guy, Mr. Apocalypse, and that's how that part of the story starts off. And then we're in modern time, not even modern time. We flash into the 80s, and while we're in the 80s, we see that he is awoken. Apocalypse from, because he was covered in dirt, and there was a big explosion and a big thing that happened while they were doing this whole conscious transformation thing into the other body. There was something that happened, some rebels got involved with it, saying, you're not a god, try to kill him and everything, blah, blah, blah. So, we flash forward into modern time, or the 80s, and we see, the whole team. We see John, what's this girl's name? Jennifer Lawrence as Raven or Mystique, or I don't know. She's both. She's Raven and Mystique. Yeah, we see her. She's recruiting some X-Men. To be down with the crew. They don't even call themselves X-Men at this particular moment, but she's just recruiting. Meanwhile, like I said, Apocalypse, he wakes up from his his 1,000-year dream, or his 1,000-year sleep, I should say. And when he wakes up, he's trying to recruit some soldiers, his four horsemen, to take over the world with him. Basically, these four horsemen are Storm was one, and Mr. Michael Fassbender, aka Magneto, was another one, and the Angel, I think that was his name, the guy with the wings, and some other chick. I forget her name. I'm sorry, I'm not good with these names. I'll put it up. And she was pretty. She's a very cute woman. I just forget her name. I know some people that's real deep into. Oh, how can you forget her name? Fuck out of here. Anyway, yeah. So they are part of Magneto's Four Horsemen, and I'm not Magneto. I'm sorry. Apocalypse Four Horsemen, and what Apocalypse does in this film is that he has like all this kind of power. Like he actually takes the powers of other mutants a lot, and he actually gives power to enhance some of the mutants. And he gives Storm more power. He gives Magneto more power. He gives Angel more power. He has like metal wings now. And he gives the other woman more power. So, so they could be almost to his level, but not quite his level because he's the boss. He can't have everybody, fighting him, thinking that they can be boss like him. He's bossed up, all right? He's bossed up. And basically, we didn't see, like I said, Raven or Mystique or Jennifer Lawrence, whatever you want to call her. We see her recruiting some more X-Men to, so they can stop the madness of this Apocalypse guy and his four horsemen. And she recruits somebody like Nightcrawler is one person that she recruits, and I thought, Nightcrawler, I'm going to get into him in a second. She recruits some other people. I mean, Cyclops is in the movie. I know if you've seen that scene. But I guess he was already in the X-Men house and all that stuff. Jean Grey is in the movie. The younger Jean Grey. I think her name was Sophia or something. But she's good. Let me just make sure I got her name. Sophia Turner. That was her name. And yeah. And also, by the way, Apocalypse was played by Oscar Isaac, who I liked a lot in, of course, Star Wars, and another movie that he doesn't get a lot of credit for. What's this? Ex Machina. I liked him in that movie too. All right, so I've gotten all that out the way. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about the acting. Now, in general, I felt like the acting was pretty good, pretty solid. Oscar Isaac as Apocalypse. Now, I know what you're thinking. That shit looks kind of stupid. The whole his mask and everything like that. And I'm with you on that one. I thought it looked kind of dumb in the beginning. I really did think he looked stupid. All the mechanical shit that's going on in his face in the fucking film is like, if you're a mutant, why do you need all this air apparatus shit in your face? I really didn't understand it, but I know that's part of the comic books. I understand. You can shut up now. I understand that's part of the comics. But it still didn't look all that great to me at first. But as the movie progressed, it kind of, I kind of was okay with it. I was like, it's not that bad looking. It's not as bad looking as I really imagined that it was going to be when I first saw the trailer. I thought it looked like fucking horrible dog shit. But it didn't look that bad. He was actually pretty good as a lead bad guy in this film. I really found him kind of menacing, and I felt his acting was, really solid. I thought some of his action scenes were okay-ish. It really wasn't action scenes. It was more like he would just, do something to somebody, take some dust and chop people's head off with it and stuff like that. But all that was kind of cool. Michael Fassbender as Magneto. This was probably the best performance acting wise in the whole movie was Michael Fassbender as Magneto. I like this little story that they gave him, which was a sort of he's like in because when we see him in the beginning of the film, he's like trying to be like a regular man. He's trying to be like he works at like a factory and stuff like that. He's trying to do some regular shit. An incident happens at his job, which leads to people speculating, knowing that he's a mutant, and something happens and it turns him kind of bad again. But yeah, his performance as Magneto, he's perfect as Magneto. He just has a aura, a charisma. James McAvoy, of course, as Professor X. I liked him again. I would say one thing about these X-Men movies. I don't usually think that they have the best action. I don't usually think they have the best stories in general. But I can never deny that the X-Men movies get great performances out of the actors that they have. I would never deny that about the X-Men movies. That's why I would never say that they're always horrible. Like, I might not like some of them, but they were never horrible. Because they always managed to pull off great acting performances by, most of their leads. And James McAvoy, again, as Professor X, I think he's killing it. I think he's really killing it. I really am, intrigued by everything that's going on with him and his character in this film. But one kind of stood out, in my opinion, and that's Storm, played by Alexandra Shipp. I believe that's her name. I thought she was great because I was like, finally, I'm going to watch one of these movies and finally Storm, somebody who has the power of fucking lightning and the weather and everything is finally going to do something in the film. And she did a lot in the film. And they actually had a backstory that was kind of describing how she came about everything. And I really enjoyed it. I thought this actress right here, Alexandra, I thought she was great. I would like to just applaud her and wish that she would just keep, doing these X-Men movies. Because I really felt it for the first time. I felt, Storm was actually really an essential part of this X-Men movies. Because, no disrespect to Halle Berry. But I'm not going to disrespect Halle Berry because I think Halle Berry is a fine actress. I think she's done enough to prove that she's a good actress. I don't know why people just always like to joke on her and everything, but that's your opinion, whatever. But she never had nothing to do in any of these X-Men movies. Like she literally was there for a nice sight because Halle Berry, she's very, very attractive. So she's just there just to look good. And that's all she was in all those X-Men movies. This woman, Alexandra Shipp, not only does she look good, but she's actually doing something. And that's what really made it, just a great performance by her. I really felt she was somebody that I had my eye on for a long time in the film. Now, like I said, there's other people in the movie. I don't want to get into every character in the movie because, it would just take forever. But my overall opinion on the film, and I'm just going to get right down to it. My rating, I'm going to give it a C. I'm surprised that I'm actually going to recommend this film because, honestly, I honestly didn't think I was going to like this film. But there were things that kind of really made me enjoy the film. Like the whole beginning of the film, I thought was pretty good. It was pretty interesting to see how, Apocalypse and all that stuff. I at first I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna find this appealing or word for damn to watch. But I thought they pulled that off pretty nicely. I thought I was really intrigued. The biggest word that I can say about this film is that, for the most part, I was intrigued by everything that was going on. I didn't think everything was amazing, but I was intrigued. And there's nothing amazing about this film. Like, this film is, it's a second tier comic book movie. It's a second tier comic book movie. It is no Captain America. It ain't even nowhere near Captain America. So don't even think about that. But it's right below it. It's one of the second tier films. You know, the Nightcrawler guy, and I don't know his name, and I'm not gonna look it up right now. But he was cool. He was cool. I thought a lot of what he was doing was cool. He was making me laugh a lot too because my man, I don't know how he was able to pull this off. I don't know how Bryan Singer was able to pull this off. My man, Nightcrawler had the illest Thriller jacket on throughout the whole film. Like, it's like they went to Michael Jackson's estate and stole the Thriller jacket and put it on Nightcrawler for the whole movie. Oh man, I mean, it was great. It was great looking at that jacket, man. It just took me back, man. Maybe I'm talking about something else right now. I know. I'm not even talking about the film. I'm talking about that jacket. That jacket fucking rocked, man. You know what I'm saying? My man had that jacket on. He was dancing. You know what I'm saying? Billie Jean a dab, Billie Jean a dab. That's what he could have been doing the whole movie. Now, there was another guy that I want to talk about that I kept a little bit under wraps, and that's the Quicksilver dude that's in the movie. I've heard things that people said that he's doing the same shit that he did in the first movie, or Days of Future Past, where he's doing that. He slows down time and he moves objects and stuff like that. This is just my opinion, and once again, I know I'm gonna get some heat for this. You know what I'm saying? But bring on the heat, motherfucker. Just in my opinion, I thought what he did in this movie, the way he plays with time, because he does it again in this film, I thought it was better than Days of Future Past. That's just my opinion. I thought it was more exciting. I thought it was funnier. I thought he was doing more when he was doing that slow motion thing. And you know what really capped it off is he moonwalked at one point. Like, come on now, moonwalking. Come on, bruh, that shit was tight. Like, come on now. I mean, moonwalk, that was hard, man. I was feeling that. And his character in general, I was kind of feeling, he has a little backstory too. You learn, which I didn't know nothing about, so don't, I guess I'm not big in the comic books. But apparently Magneto's his father, and I know, it's fucking nerds. You know, like, oh, duh! Don't you know that Magneto's his father? No, I don't. I did not know at the time, okay? But I'm happy that I did, all right? I'm happy that this movie exposed me to that, all right? That Magneto is his father, all right? And I'm guessing that, you know, there's something else I want to say, but I guess that would be too much of a spoiler. But anywho, he's in search of his father, Magneto, and they come to a little standstill towards the end of the film. Yeah, and he was great too. Like a lot of the performances I thought were really good in this film. Nothing was really groundbreaking for me. That's the main reason why that's why I'm not like, woohoo, this film is the greatest shit ever. Nothing was groundbreaking, but everything was really solidly entertaining. Just a solid batch of entertainment. And like I said, I'm surprised because I usually don't like the X-Men movies. I guess I gotta talk real quick, you know, as I ramble on. I guess I gotta talk real quick about the Wolverine shit in this film. Very forced. I don't understand it at all. I know some people were like, oh, but it's Wolverine. You have to have him in one of these movies. I was perfectly fine with him not being in the film because I was enjoying it for the most part. But he comes in, I guess, so you fanboys can have something to ejaculate to. So I guess, you know, it came off as, if I had to make a guess about why Wolverine is in this film, because I feel like it's forced and it's crowbarred in. If I had to make a guess, it would be like, okay, they tested the film. They had test trials. And everybody was like, oh, it's a pretty good film. It's pretty solid. But where's that Wolverine guy at? The guy with the claws. So I guess what happened was they heard that enough. And they just said, you know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to go recut it. And we're going to put the Wolverine guy in it. Because That's what everybody wants. Everybody wants the Wolverine guy. Everybody wants this guy with the blades, the fuck gadgets coming out of his hands, and all that stuff. So they did that, and to please you fans, you know. So now you can have your nut and bust it at the same time, and yeah. I don't feel like it was necessary. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even talk when he comes in the film and fucks a couple of people up. So I don't get it. Like I said, in general, I like the film more than I thought I was. So in general, I just have to give it a see it. You know, I really only have 3 ratings. See it, skip it, fuck it. You know, so yeah. Go out to see it. It's Memorial Day weekend. You know, I guess if you have something planned with the family afterwards, you can go to the movies, and watch this film. You know, it's hot out here in New York. Maybe you need to cool down. You know what I mean? Also, before I forget, post-credit end scene is in this film. So there's the last scene when the credits is over. It has something to do with Wolverine and Weapon X and all that stuff. I don't fucking get it. I'm sure you guys will get it. Comment below and let me know what the fuck that was all about. Like I said, I don't know why Wolverine's even in the fucking film, but apparently people like him, so that's why he's in it. And yeah, it is what it is. All right, so like I said, I give it a see it. So comment below and let me know what you thought about this film. If you saw this film, if you're going to see this film, all right, like and subscribe to the channel for more reviews.